Here I show how to train cats to lose fear of fireworks and how to get through New Year's Eve in a relaxed way. Number 1. Preparation. It's very important to prepare a cat for what's coming. You should start the training at least 2 weeks before New Year's Eve. Earlier than that is even better. It's very important to play with your cat every day till it's completely tired, which will make it happy and well balanced. That helps to make a cat react calmer in stressful situations in general. Cats with pent-up energy, boredom and frustration react to stress a lot more sensitive. For playing, I recommend using a stick with feathers, something to fetch or similar. Never use a laser pointer, because that increases anxiety and nervous behavior. I also recommend doing agility with a cat, especially when it doesn't react to toys that much. How to teach a cat agility is explained in a tutorial in the pinned comment. A cat should also have daily mental exercise, for example through trick training, puzzles or similar. Free feeding, where dry food is available all the time, is very unfavorable for the training and can make achieving progress a lot more difficult or even impossible. It's better to feed a cat 3 times a day and remove the bowl after each meal. You should block all hiding places where you can't easily reach your cat, for example the space under a bed. It's important that a cat can't get into such hiding places, because it's very bad if you can't even reach your cat if it hides out of fear. Hiding places where you can reach your cat without problem can stay open, for example like a cat tree cave or similar. Number 2. The training. A training session shouldn't be longer than 5 to 10 minutes and should always be done before feeding time. I recommend to train once every day. Use for positive reinforcement food, praise, cuddle and play. I don't recommend using food like dry food, treat sticks or anything that is dried. Especially when the cat is confronted with a real firework, such food has often no effect at all. The best choice is high-quality wet food or cooked meat like chicken hearts. Now you search for a video or similar where you can hear real firework and let it play quietly first. Redirect the cat the whole time with food, cuddle, praise and play. Playing is very important because the cat can release its tension positively and gets more relaxed. When you have success, you increase the volume slowly. If the cat gets unsure at some point, reduce the volume slightly again and train till you can increase it again. Do that till you reach the volume of a real firework. It's very important that you use speakers that play the sound of a firework as realistic as possible, meaning that you need good speakers. Bad speakers, like from a notebook, tablet, smartphone or similar, are completely useless for the training. People often can't wait till the New Year's Eve and start shooting some fireworks and so on days before. That is actually a good thing and should be used. Every time somebody is noisy outdoors, use that as additional training. That means immediately redirecting the cat with food, cuddle, praise and play. Of course with closed windows, balcony and so on. A cat can spook from the flickering light that a firework produces, so that should be trained as well. Here you can use flickering Christmas lights or similar and feed the cat next to it. To increase the effect, you can make the room dark. Then you combine the flickering lights and the sound of fireworks from the speakers and train the cat. This training is a very good preparation, but still only an imitation of the real thing, meaning that it doesn't have the same impact as the real firework. That's why I also recommend doing additional anti-fear training with things that aren't just an imitation but the real thing, meaning noisy things in your home that your cat is afraid of, like the vacuum cleaner, the doorbell or something. That will help even more to teach your cat to stay calm in any type of noise. How to do anti-fear training with a vacuum cleaner and doorbell is shown in tutorials in the pinned comment. If you go on walks with your cat, I recommend to extend the training, so that the cat doesn't spook when hearing here and there some firework and doesn't try to run away. So this training increases the safety of your cat. Here you use again the early shooting of fireworks from the impatient people. If the training worked well with closed windows, you now do the same thing with open windows. Number 3. New Year's Eve. There's a tip that gets often recommended, but I don't think it's beneficial at all. I mean the tip to let a cat hide somewhere, since that doesn't help a cat to lose fear. It actually increases its fear, since that only teaches the cat that its own home isn't safe enough, and to prevent that something bad happens to it, it needs to hide. That actually damages the trust in its own home and in its owner. That also makes a cat lose its confidence, especially if that behavior continues for hours or even days. It's quite traumatizing. So if a cat hides out of fear, you need to immediately go to it and lead it out of its hiding place. You use for that food, cuddle, praise, toys and patience. Of course you don't force your cat out of its hiding place. Instead, you need to motivate it to do that step on its own. If you did the anti-fear training as extensively as I described before, then this will work just fine. When you pet your cat, don't stroke your hand across it, but instead give it a massage. That helps to loosen its muscles and relieves tension. When you simply stroke your hand across it when it's scared, then it will rather increase the tension. So it's very important how you pet your cat when it's scared. You should motivate your cat to sit on higher places to feel safe, like a sofa, a cat tree, a closet or similar. Of course it shouldn't hide in a cat tree cave, in the closet and so on. When a cat sits on a higher place, it boosts its confidence. So all in all, it's very important to help a cat when it's scared and never to ignore that behavior. When the time comes for the real firework, you just do everything like in the training, so you immediately redirect with food, cuddle, praise and very important, playing. I personally go a step further in the training because I go on walks with my cats and I like to use every opportunity to make them braver and as fearless as possible. I open the windows and balcony and train my cats with the full volume of a firework. If a cat never experienced real firework before or was always scared of it, then you should stay home with it and not go to some party. With my cats I always do following. When the real firework starts, I redirect them with food, play and so on for 10 to 15 minutes and look how they behave. Since they're already trained, I can always leave them alone at home after those 10 to 15 minutes. But I always come back home after 1 hour. If you go on walks with your cat, then you should get that done before it's getting dark on New Year's Eve, and only go into calm nature where nobody is shooting fireworks or it's very far away. You should never walk your cat in the city, in the village, in a park or any location where many people like to roam and like to shoot fireworks. Still, the cat should stay calm when hearing here and there some firework from far away. If you aren't sure, then you shouldn't go on a walk with your cat that day. A tip for outdoor cats. You should definitely get your outdoor cat into your home before it's getting dark and not let it out till it's bright the next morning. Unfortunately, there are some people that come up with idiotic ideas and throw fireworks closely to a cat or even directly at it. All that noise and chaos outdoors could traumatize an outdoor cat as well. Depending on area, you may need to keep your outdoor cat indoors the whole day and the whole day after. So you need to evaluate yourself how dangerous your area is. If you liked the video, you can leave a thumbs up and a comment. I have videos from the last 2 years where you can see what my cats did at New Year's Eve, including their walk, bike ride, reaction to visitors, firework and more.